I'm just a guy who plays rec basketball with his mates 2 times a week, and I fell on my knee. I thought it was nothing. Turns out I got a PCL tear, and I have to now rehab for the next 8 to 12 weeks. So I thought, I'm going to document the journey, because if this injury isn't going to serve me, I'm at least going to have some fun getting back on track. The injury itself is actually so unremarkable. It doesn't even look like anything. It kind of just looks like I lost a little bit of balance, fell over and landed on my knee. What I noticed during the game was that I couldn't really run as much. I felt like, it's just a bit more of a strain. It kind of hurts a bit more than I think. So I just, strapped it up and I just kept running. I thought, it's just going to heal itself, but it didn't. Funny story, when I first went to the physio to get my knee checked up, he didn't even know which player I was. I mean, how do you not see this amount of handsome? Is beyond me. But when they actually took a closer look and saw, the first question they asked me was, "Did you flop?" Brother. They said, "Hey, ice it and come back in a week." I was wondering, hey, do you look to do any scans? Do you need to do any of that stuff? To which they said, "No, it should be fine. Just monitor it, ice it for the meantime, and come back in a week to see how it is." A week passed on, gave me a rub on the leg, put some tape on the knee and said, "Hey, I think you're fully healed. You're good to go. Just be careful." In hindsight, looking at that reaction, I probably should have went to a knee specialist straight away because, it sort of lingered for more than a couple of days. It might have been best for me to go and see someone who actually knew what they're doing. So if this does happen to you, please, for the love of God, go to a knee specialist and get them to, suss you out. And if you need to get an MRI, get that checked out so you can, have the option for immobilizing your leg or getting surgery and that kind of stuff. How I found out that it was much more serious than I thought was because I was playing basketball. I was just sprinting down the court to try and chase people. And I was like, oh, I kind of tweaked my knee a little bit. I can't run as hard. Maybe I'll strap it up more and I'll just compensate a little bit. I'll run in a different way. And it took my knee about a week to feel better and have the ability to bend properly without hurting. So I thought, this seems a little bit odd. I don't think that this is going to be normal. Maybe I need to go see a knee specialist. Luckily, Google, look up knee specialist, and Melbourne Sports Physio was the name of the place that I'd went to. The physio, awesome guy. I'm pretty sure he's Irish. Sean, legend. Yeah, he was able to help do some actual tests to see, how much strength is being generated by each hamstring and how all of that works. And he recommended to get an MRI. From there, he was able to confirm that there was actually a complete tear. So kind of down through the middle, not where the bones connect, but right down the center. Bit unfortunate. The thing that is a bit sad about it is that if I had gone to them earlier, say within a week or so, I could have got an MRI right away, and then, there would have been an option for, possible surgical intervention or being able to immobilize the knee so that, there's a chance that the tendon can heal on its own. After the discussions that we had about it, it's basically, hey, it's a bit late now. It's 6 weeks later. There's not really too much that can be done on that end. So let's work through a rehab plan. Let's get your leg strong enough to be able to support just normal knee movement and then progress on to more dynamic and explosive movements. It's a bit of a shame, but I thought to myself, there's things that I can still do. I'm cleared for running, so I can still run if it's not going to impact my knee too much. And I've got a clear plan that I can follow in order to, progress me back over the next 8 to 12 weeks to be able to play basketball and do explosive sprinting and running and that kind of thing. So I guess recovery is not completely off the cards. And so I've got a plan. Not having a plan is probably, that would kill me. Especially if I had to try and go onto Google or YouTube and look up how do I rehab my own shit? There's no way that I would be able to do this. Not with my level of can't stick to anything-itis. So basically I've got a rehab plan from Sean, and he's able to just guide me to strengthen up the leg to get back to normal, and hopefully I can, do my best to be average at basketball again. full disclaimer, I'm actually below average in terms of skill and ability and confidence, but I really like it, and it's fun to play, with mates as well, and gives you a chance to just hang out, do something physical, and just like be active. So I don't mind that I'm actually not that good at it. I enjoy the hell out of it, and it's really fun to be around mates. Given that, I thought, hey, if I'm doing sports exercises on a regular basis, let's just make the most of it. I mean, I could either let an injury and rehab and all of this stuff stop me from doing what I enjoy doing and think of it in a negative way, that, hey, you know what? You paid for a season, you paid for 2 seasons for 2 different teams, and you're not going to be able to play at all. Wow, everything's bad. Life is a bit crap and you're unlucky. Or I could be like, what a great opportunity. Now I've got 8 to 12 weeks to work on different skills, strengthen up areas, prevent myself from future injuries, hopefully, and also get better at filming. Because, I mean, like if I was playing basketball 2 times a week, I wouldn't be able to film in the evenings like I have been doing. So I think everything just, it's fine. It's fine if it's fine. Full disclaimer, I am not like at a point where I'm back. I feel like I would love to be there so that I could say, hey, this is the full journey. But this is kind of like just a midway point. Not even. It's like towards the first third. So I'm on the way. And there's no resolution at the end of this. It's not like, hey, and after doing all these exercises, I've returned and I am back with a vengeance. I'm still going through the recovery process. I'm just filming it in a really cool way that I reckon I enjoy doing, and I feel looks pretty cool too. That being said, when I first started recording and documenting the rehab exercises, I didn't know what it was going to look like. I just thought I wanted a visual record so that I can look back on this and say, hey, this is my journey back, and this is what I did in order to be able to play ball and, do high intensity sports and just kind of return back to normal. I thought, hey, that's cool enough. I'm into that, I wanted to document my own comeback story. And then I thought, okay, I can see these exercises. I feel like these exercises might look much cooler if, you had a bit of that like flash dance, a bit of that footloose kind of backlight silhouette situation going on, which I froth. I reckon it's awesome. So I wanted to try and emulate some of that. I just thought, like, wouldn't this kind of look like a sports commercial or something like that? I just wanted to give it a go. I just wanted to do something. I think if I sit still and just accept defeat, I'll go crazy. So in the KB way, I am just going to have fun with it because it's all a part of life anyway. It's fine. Moving on. So here is all the cool looking stuff that I've done. And you can see progressively it starts from really average and then it just kind of gets better and better, I hope. I just wanted to do something to make me feel in control of my situation. And hey, I've experienced an obstacle that I am now in the process of overcoming. And that's what this is. I was inspired to make this little midway point situation. I guess at the very end of it, I'm definitely going to put the whole story together. But that's that. And so in the KB way, I'm just going to have fun with it.